We are we are getting started. Okay, so welcome. My name is Hung Lu. I am with Cash Property Inc. And we will get started on today's Money Matters. So in the next 30 to 45 minutes, I will analyze a deal for you. And I have a really interesting one to share with you guys today. And then, of course, if we have time, we will also answer some real estate questions that have come up. Okay, so before we get going here, I just want to remind you that the ideas and stuff that I share today is really just my ideas, and they may not be right for you. So before you go and take any of the stuff that I share with you, please go and check with a financial advisor, another real estate investor, or a lawyer. Okay, so we are recording. Okay, so let me get going here. Okay, so the free gift. Okay, so let me just grab this here. Okay, so in case you've missed it, I have the privilege of publishing a book called The Secret to Wealth with Brian Tracy. And you could see Brian over here on the, sorry, that's what I get for having a blurry background. Okay, so this is a book with Brian Tracy. And so the way to get the book is you can get the e-version of it, but what I'm offering to do is mail you a physical hard copy. And this is a heavy book, okay? It contains over 50 other real estate investors, and we collaborated with Brian to put together all of the ideas and strategies that we've used to become successful in real estate and how to do passive real estate investing. Okay, so if you would like to get a copy of this book, if you book a time to chat with me about what you're doing in real estate, I will send you a copy. Or if you want, you can email me, ask me a question. I will answer it live on the live stream. And that's another way to get a copy of this book. Okay, so that is the book, the gifting of the book. Okay, so let's go into the deal analysis here. So so this one is a really interesting one. So it's actually answering one of the questions that came in, and then I'm going to walk you through some of the calculations on this. So let me share with you this video that I did to sort of start it off on the on sort of the right path here. So let me share this video. Okay, so this video here, and we need sound. Okay, here we go. Hi, everybody. Okay, so a quick video. I'm on Cypress Mountain doing snowshoeing because I don't have the balls to go downhill or do snowboarding. So, and then, in the background, look at the beautiful melting snow, right? Okay, so here's the thing. I was recently told by a fellow wannabe investor that, hey, Hong, you know what? I've got $100,000 Canadian. And I was told I can't buy anything because I don't have the credit score, I don't have the net worth, I don't have the network, all of that stuff, okay? Whatever the excuse is, but here's the thing. He had $100,000, okay? So here's the thing. I'm gonna put this challenge out to him and to anybody who's watching here. If you have $100,000, whether it's Canadian or US, okay? It doesn't matter which currency it is. Bring me that money plus a deal that you think is a great deal, okay? And I'll do the underwriting with you. And if it's a good deal, I will show you how to make that opportunity happen, okay? So that is the challenge for anybody who's watching this. Seriously, all you need is 100K and I will get you into your multifamily or whatever real estate opportunity you got. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so let me unshare. Okay, so I want to put that out there, okay, that if you've got 100K sitting there and you don't know how to deploy that, how to acquire real estate with that, okay, reach out to me. Use the QR code, because seriously, it is not, it may sound like a very challenging feat, and there may be people that tell you that you can't do it with just 100,000 for whatever reason. Okay, but I'm telling you, it is absolutely 100% possible to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to talk through how to get that done. Because if you are the type of person that can do it on your own, fantastic. Take that 100K and go and do it. Okay. If you're not the type of person that can do it on your own, or if you are a little bit scared and you need a little bit of hand holding, seriously, use the QR code, get on a call with me, and we'll figure out how to get that 100K working for you. Okay, so let me show you why it's 100% possible with 100K. So there's a couple of things to consider. So when you're starting out with this 100K, you need to decide, okay, am I going to do it 100% on my own without any joint ventures? Okay. Or are you going to partner up with people? If you partner up with other people, you increase the borrowing power that you have available. So what I mean by that, okay, so I'm answering the question, but I'm also it's part of the analysis portion too. Okay. Because I want to make sure that we all sort of, you can see why there's the analysis that goes with this. So, okay, so you should see the whiteboard. Okay. And so the Zoom is taking a little bit long to get going here. Okay, so what I mean by when you partner up with people, right? And you're JVing, you're doing a GP LP, you're doing shares, whatever type of structure you decide to go down, that's fine. Okay. But what ends up happening is that if you partner up with people, think of 3 buckets. Okay. And of course, my drawing with my mouse is not very good here. Okay. There's the time bucket. The time bucket is one leverage that somebody may bring to the deal. Okay. Then there's also the capital. Okay. The money portion. Okay. That's another bucket. You may have time, but you may not have the money. Okay. Or you may have both of them. Okay. The third and last bucket is the C, which is credit. Okay. What credit is on paper, you've got a high credit score. You've got the net worth. Okay. So your credit will allow you to go and get the mortgage. That credit will allow you to go and leverage. Okay. So a lot of individuals starting out in real estate, when they've got maybe under 5 doors or whatever, they have time. They may have a little bit of money. They probably won't have the credit yet, right? The net worth. They may have a very good credit score, but that credit score and the net worth is what's part of this third bucket. Okay. You may have lots of money. Like if you're a working professional at like an engineer, lawyer, or something like that, and you're making, 200K, but you may not have the time and you may not have the credit score, right? Or the net worth that goes with having a 200K salary. Okay. So this is where partnering up with people would really make sense. Okay. So you could partner up with one person that has 2 buckets. You may need to partner up with 2 people that have the 2 buckets. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying that if you've got 100K, you can absolutely take advantage of getting into real estate and growing your portfolio. And here's what I mean by that. So when you go and acquire a new property, okay, whether it's like it's new for you, but it could be an old building, multifamily, business, commercial, okay, the expectation is roughly about a 25% down payment. Okay, so you need to be able to put 25% down. Okay, now we're not talking about closing costs and all the extra that usually is required. What I'm just trying to keep this at a very high level here. Okay, so if you need 25% down payment, okay, if you do the math on this translates to a 400K purchase price. Okay, so if you're going, Hong, how did you even get that number? Okay, so I'm going to take a step back and just explain how that number came about. Okay, so if you've got 100K, okay, this translates to 25%. Okay, and I'm so sorry, I have not learned how to write with my mouse, so you're just going to have to figure this out. Okay, so then what you do is you go 100% up on the top, right there, and percentages, and this is your X. Okay, so your X equals 100%. Ooh, there we go. 100% divided by your 25 times your 100K. Okay. This will give you your 400. Okay. So you technically on paper can go and qualify for a property on your own that's around 400K. Okay. That's what this is telling you. Okay. So now this would be good for like the BRRRR strategy because you're going to buy it, hold on to it, stabilize it, refinance in a few years, pull out the equity, go down that strategy. Okay. So then the other way to look at this too is the BRRRR is not the only strategy that you can do. There's another strategy that is worth considering. Okay. And yes, I know you might think, okay, well, Hung, I'm new to real estate. Like I don't even have this comfort level. Well, that's where potentially partnering up with other people will make sense because they're helping you sort of split the risk. They're hand-holding you. They're, like there's somebody for you to bounce off those fears too. Okay. So this is the first idea, which is the BRRRR. Okay. So, and then hold that thought because you're probably thinking, where the hell can I buy a property for $400,000? Okay. I'm going to show you that. Okay. So the second part of this is what's called land development or infill. Okay. So this is a little bit riskier in the sense because it takes longer to recognize this strategy, okay? But it's absolutely doable. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is doable is because right now you can get what is called a loan to cost, okay? A loan to cost up to 95%. So what that means is that your 100K goes to cover 5% of buying the land and building, constructing. Okay. So right now I'm working on an 8-plex opportunity in Edmonton. Okay. That means I only need to have 5% of whatever the costs, the build cost is, okay, to execute this 8-plex build. Okay. So what that means is that this 100K, okay, so if you do the math again, okay, 100K goes to your 95. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so I'm just going to ignore this line here. So that means that this 100% over here, okay, is my X. Okay. So my X in this case is $2 million. Okay. What that means is that I can go and get a construction loan for up to $2 million. Okay. To build an 8-plex. Okay. So, which is super amazing to do. Okay. Because at the end of it, like say, so usually a build is like a year and a half. So let's say 2 years. At the end of 2 years, I'll have an 8-plex. I'll have a property that's worth hopefully more than $2 million. Okay. So think of that. I'm literally taking my 100,000 and making it into $2 million. Okay. That is way more than 10x. Okay. All right. So let me go to the next part of this now. So you might be like thinking, Hung, where can I find a property for 400K? Okay. So let me unshare this and I'm going to share with you guys. Oh, I've lost my realtor screen here. Okay. So, okay, give me 1 second. I will bring up my realtor.ca. So realtor is not like the bestest place to go to because you're not going to get off-market deals, obviously. And a lot of the deals on realtor, aren't the best deals. Okay. So, but this is just to show you that, yes, you are able to find properties across Canada for $400,000. Okay. So let's go in here. I'm going to type in an area that I know that has relatively decent appreciation. Okay. And yeah, and the cap rate is reasonable and so forth like that. Okay. So let's go into, I'm going to type Sarnia. Okay. If you don't know where Sarnia is, it's in Ontario. And okay. And you might be like, well, Ontario sucks for the landlord tenant rules. Okay. So that is another another complete topic to talk about. Okay, so we're gonna go max price 400K. So let's see if we can find something for 400,000 in Sarnia. Okay, and ideally we want, okay, let's see if we can even get 4 baths in there. Okay, so 4 plus. I don't know, we might not be able to get anything. Oh, we got one. How does this thing have 4 bathrooms? Look how tiny it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, so R2 zoning duplex has 4 units. Okay, 2 basement units closed, can expand upper units to include basement units. Okay, I don't know what that means that the 2 basement units are closed. I haven't seen that description before. So use as a single family or live in property and use 1 unit to offer. Okay, present rents. Okay, so this is where you definitely need to do your due diligence and underwriting. Okay, so present expenses are 8,000, long-term potential, incorporate old basement units and increase rents. Need some basic TLC. Okay, so it's a tiny house, but I wonder how they're able to get 4 units in there. Okay. Oh yeah, see, so it looks like somebody just renovated this. So there's is that the basement? Yeah, that must be the basement because there's no windows down there. There's one there. But that looks like a sub basement. Yeah, see, so there's the basements there. Okay. So it's a tiny, tiny lot, right? Like the tiny house. It's a tiny house. Okay. But that's just okay. So this may not be the best example, okay? But it's to show you that okay, Sarnia is a couple of hours from Toronto. Okay. And so it's not a bad location to invest in. The market's good there. Okay. There's industries there. And because it's relatively close to Toronto, it's not a bad place to go and look, especially getting, potentially a 4-plex. So, even if you convert it into 3, okay. So there you go. Okay. So your 25% is met on here because it's way under the 100,000. Okay. How long has this been on the market? Let me see this. 100 days. Okay, obviously. So, it makes you think that there's definitely something wrong with this property. Okay, let's go to another location that I know. Okay, so if you don't like the landlord-tenant rules in Ontario and you're like, Hong, I just want to avoid Ontario altogether. Okay, fine. Don't do Sarnia. Let's go to another place. I don't think Edmonton or Calgary will have anything. Lethbridge may be too expensive. Okay, so you know what? Let's go to, I know where we can go. Okay, Montreal. Okay, you might be like, I don't speak French. Okay, well, I don't either. Okay, but here's the thing with Montreal. Well, I just lost it. Okay, Montreal. QC. Where did it go? I just had it. Okay, so there's Montreal there. Okay, so let's see if we could find any properties outside, okay, like close to Montreal. So let me dismiss this. I am sharing, right? Oh, maybe I'm not sharing. Oh no, I was not sharing any of that. Okay, so I may have to figure out how to reshare that portion of the Sarnia property. Okay, well, here it is here. I'll bring it up. I'll have to re-edit the video somehow. I'm so sorry. I thought I was sharing the whole time. Okay, so here we are in Montreal. Okay, so right off the bat, there's no 4-plexes available in Montreal for under 400,000. But here's the thing. If you go outside of Montreal, okay, so let's go. Okay, and we're not going to go too far outside of Montreal. Okay, so here we go. By Quebec City. Oh, what is this here? Okay, so Levi. Haha. Okay, so here we go. Oh man, I am loving this already. Okay, so I took my kid and we traveled around Quebec City one year with our RV and we went to Levi. And I'm like, okay, and of course I'm not French, so I'm probably saying this completely wrong, but that area is so beautiful. Okay, so here's the thing. So let's go look at this. Oh, this one was not in Levi. This one's a little bit further away. What is this? Look how beautiful that is. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna go. Okay, of course, I can't read this because it's in French. Okay, so let's see what this more information says. And now redirecting. Okay, so hopefully there's a translation here. If not, then there's other ways to get around this. Okay, so you're going to see oh, here we go. Oh, I just lost the photos. Okay, so somebody's office is there. Oh, okay, let me close this. Okay. Okay, so what does it say here? Room details show more 34 rooms? What is this a boarding house? Okay, so there's a basement ground floor, 5 baths, 4 bedrooms. Okay, it must be an Airbnb, like a bed and breakfast or something. Yeah, because there's a sign there. Oh my God, every time I do this search, it's like, oh my God, this is a great opportunity. And then it's the sparkly squirrel type of syndrome going on here. Okay, so what are we doing? All right, let's keep focusing here. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what the description here is. Okay, so there's all the room details. There's a workshop. That's pretty cool. Offices. Okay. Show 5 characteristics. What is this? Okay, central. Okay, so okay, I'm going to go back to the top here because I can't seem to get a description. Oh, get more description. Oh, no, that's the Remax. I just saw a button, get more. No, okay, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to go back here and I think there's a French okay, I thought there was a French translation sign here. Oh, here we go. No, I don't want French. Oh, okay. So the French gave me French and then the English also gave me French. Okay. So, okay. So I sort of understood some of this. So 4 rooms, 5 bathrooms. Okay. It's close by the golf course. Okay. So another way to do this, if you really are stuck, is go to your translation, which is the Google Translate. Okay. And you can type it in there. So let's see. Yeah, it's going to bring in the Chinese and English. So let's go to English so you could see it. Okay, so a magnificent house, okay, from 1927. So it's about 100 years old. So you sort of need to do your due diligence on that one. Uh, so the translation is not really great here. So 4 rooms, 5 bath, 1 cabin, 1 cabinet. So there's a garage, the pros and cons, parks, cycling, skiing. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so this is one property. Let's go to the other one. So this one here is close to Levi. Okay, and what is this? Okay, so it's 7 rooms. Okay, and of course, and is this English already? Yeah, this is English already. So the more information, so there's a social media. It's been on the market for 72 days. Okay, so let's go here and copy this. Okay. English. Okay, so French, English. So the English actually did not even give me anything. That's so funny. Okay, detect language, and we're going to go to English. Okay, so very large single family home that offers several options. Property could offer by family configuration, large 3.5 on the ground floor. So you could convert it. So you just have to check the zoning on that. Other rooms offered by also offer the private bathroom. Okay, so you could potentially break this down into so you could do like an Airbnb if you want to, with each room having their own bath, which is fantastic. Independent entrance for each floor, including a 4-bedroom in the basement. Okay, intimate courtyard, and oh, this is really nice. Okay, so Mark, if you're watching this, this may be the opportunity that you're looking for because I know you're looking in that area. Okay, my friend, that one is really nice. I like that one. Okay, so where's the front picture here? So let's take a look at some of the pictures here. Yeah, some inside pictures. Yeah. So this would be like, if you want to live there and potentially operate it as, short-term rentals, Airbnb, you could do, like you could um, renovate it and make them individual units, but then you just have to make sure that you provide, I guess, a kitchen for each unit. Okay, so I'm just going to keep my eye on the clock here because I don't want to go over time with this analysis. Okay, so now once you find the property, okay, the challenge that I put out there for you, for anybody who's watching this, is that if you have $100,000, okay, and you can find a great deal like what I just showed you, send it to me, okay, using the QR code, and we will hop onto a call. I will help you underwrite it, verify that it's a good deal, okay? And if it is a good deal, then I will walk you through on how to acquire that opportunity. Okay, simple. Okay, so that is that challenge and the analysis on that one. Okay, so I'm going to now answer a couple of questions that came through. Okay, so there was a question that came through from, okay, this is another Mark. So let me just find the question that he had asked me. Oh, I think I lost it now. Okay, so let me go. Oh, did I cancel that? No. Okay. So let me bring up Mark's question and then we will go from there. So, okay. And yeah, I'm not taking the time to write out the questions that I have in front of me. These came through by email. And so this question is about at what point does it make sense to potentially cross over from just being an investor to being a developer? Okay. So this is a type of question that, really goes back to how much time do you want to put into doing real estate? Okay. You can be a developer and not be an investor. You can be an investor without being a developer. Okay. So if you have the initiative and the drive and the time to be the investor and also do the development at the same time, you're leveraging your skill sets, which is fantastic. Okay. So where is that line? Okay. I would say don't worry about the line. Okay. Just do it. Right. If it makes sense for you in terms of time and energy, and if you've got the skill sets to proceed with it, just do it because the numbers will make sense. Okay. And especially right now with a lot of these bigger developers going under, you can acquire, okay, some opportunities and build on it. Now, you just have to make sure that you can raise capital or that you have access to your own liquid cash, okay? Because being a developer takes a longer time and you need to have a lot more capital available to you. So the one great thing about being a developer, though, is that you can tap into leverage and you can potentially go up to almost 95% leverage, which is fantastic. Okay. And then in terms, so, I'm getting ready to do some development work myself. And the great thing about doing that is that I'm not giving up equity. I'm not, paying somebody else to do that, right? As part, like being a developer is an additional stream of income potentially within real estate. So if you're able to be the investor and be the developer at the same time, I would say, don't worry about where that line is. Just cross it and just do it. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. So that is that question. The next question came through from Tommy and from Irene. So it was funny because it was the same question that came up, within like 3 weeks of each other. So this one is around RRSPs. And because we're in January, the thought process around it is, okay, I have, a couple weeks to top up my RRSP for the previous year if I haven't already done so. Okay. And putting money into your RSP is a great way to defer your taxes for your income last year. Okay. If you do it within I think it's 2 months that you get to do it. Okay. So here is my viewpoint on contributing to your RRSP. Okay. One is that if your company is matching your RRSP in any way, even if it's 10%, 25%, my first company that I was with, they matched it dollar for dollar. Okay, totally crazy. And what blew my mind back then was that people weren't even taking advantage of it. Okay, so what that meant is that for every dollar I put into my RRSP, the company that I was working with, Buckman Laboratories out of Montreal, they would match it by $1. I couldn't believe it. I was like, hell yeah. Like whatever amount I was able to put in there, I'm maxing that out. Okay. And somehow I knew even in my 20s to do that. Okay. So now, so if your company is matching it, I would say yes, contribute as much as you can to max out on that contribution that your company's doing. Okay. However, though, if your company is not matching it and you're just thinking of a way to decrease your taxable income so that you can defer it to, down the road. Okay. The one thing I would suggest is you calculate what your tax bracket is, because if that contribution doesn't lower you into the lower tax bracket, it may not make sense for you to contribute. Okay. So one, it needs to lower you down to the lower tax bracket. The other thing to keep in mind is that once you put your money into the RSP, you're going to be taxed later. It's not like it's forever no tax. Like you don't pay taxes now, but you have to pay later. Okay. And what's going to happen is that when you pull it out later, right, depending on what your income is at that time, then that's the tax bracket that you're going to be taxed at. Okay. So usually the thought process is, okay, well, Hong, when I retire, I'm going to be making less money. Okay. Yes, usually that is the case. But here's the thing. If you are a real estate investor, by the time you retire, your properties should be close to being mortgage free. So that means you're going to have a lot more income, passive income coming in from your rental properties. Okay. If you're not paying down your mortgage and you're like re-leveraging all the time, okay, that's a different consideration. Okay. But you don't want to be so over leveraged when you're in your 60s or 70s, because the other thing to keep in mind too is that you're not going to qualify for those mortgages in the future anyway. So you're going to pretty much be, making 50 plus on your income coming in. Okay. So you may think that your income in the future is going to be lower, so that when you pull out those RSP money in the future, that you're going to be in the lower tax bracket. I would suggest that you run that analysis to make sure that there's a high chance of you being in that lower tax bracket when you retire. Okay. Because when I did the analysis for myself and when I do it for my clients, if like our income in the future should, to live the life that we want to live, it's going to be up there to what we're making right now. Right. So I don't foresee my income being less in the future. Like if anything, it's going to be the same now. Right. And the thing is, when you're older, you're going to want to travel. You're going to, want to explore. Like, if you're working a full-time job, you're not traveling as much. And when you're older, right, you're like, yes, you don't have a lot of those expenses, but you're going to be traveling. You're going to enjoy life a little bit more. Okay. And so your income may be still where it is now. Okay. And so, and then the other consideration with the RSPs is that once it's locked in there, yes, you can pull it out, but there's penalties. Okay. And so I would suggest that, you look at, whatever investments you're hoping to do within the RSP. Can you do it outside of the RSP? And will the numbers still make sense for you to do it outside of the RSP? Okay, so that is my 2 cents on the RSP. If there's interest on walking through a calculation, because when I hop onto my client calls, I do go through a calculation with them. And so that may be of interest to you guys. Okay, so those are the questions that we will answer today. Okay, so just a reminder, if you would like to get a copy of The Secret to Wealth with Brian Tracy and me on the cover, just send me the request for a meeting or send me a question and I will answer it on live stream. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. Have a fabulous week.